Hello, everybody, and welcome on in to another exciting Season 5 tournament race. Today we have Mr. Mario versus Engel, and joining on comms is... hold on. We got Doc Peeps, and we got Lee. How are you two doing?
How are you all, everyone? And, this is going to be a rather interesting race, although with the statistics here, Mr. Mario has definitely got quite an edge for the most part, aside from his average time, only having lost to Flute, whereas Engel was taken out pretty early by Just Sam, who is also in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, but that said, also, first of all, welcome everyone. This is going to be an amazing race. But if you look at the people who Engel beat, you got Juke, you got Eligatua, you got Kirox, you got Narcotic. Like, these are big names in the Zooter community, in the Ocarina of Time randomizer community. So to say that Mr. Mario is 5-0 against Engel means nothing when you look at just how successful Engel has been in the last 4 races, coming off of 4 wins here. So I think he is on a roll right now, and I think it's going to make for a very good match coming up here.
Agreed.
So, chat, I want you to get hyped for this. We are about 2 minutes away from the start time now. Yeah, and really not much to say. I think Mr. Mario either holds the record or is very close to the record of fastest Ocarina of Time randomizer seed at 1 hour and 28, which, if you really process that, that's 6 medallions and beating Ganondorf in just under 90 minutes, which is absolute madness.
Indeed. Like, it has to be everything's along the way.
Yeah,
and you got a Deku Tree and Dodongo's Cavern for sure.
Yeah, and not just like everything on the way, but to maintain the execution, to be able to finish something that quickly is just a testament to Mr. Mario's skill as both for both his routing as well as for his execution.
Indeed.
And then of course, Engel, while placing at 50th seed, he's in, loser's bracket round 5 for a reason. So I want y'all to make sure you get your bets in coming up here. Wager those channel points on who you think is going to come out on top in the next 2 to 4 hours.
Indeed. And if you could get enough points from just betting, you can have Trez roll you a seed.
Ooh. I don't know. I'm still waiting for this Trez races what the hell's happened once we hit the sub goals. So, that's going to be a pretty hype race as well. So, looks like we are switching over officially to our race view. We got 20 seconds left before the race is officially on its way. Excuse me. It lied.
We've also got Bolero as our starting song, as well as the Sapphire, and we're starting as Child, so...
Ooh. Now,
we won't be able to use Bolero immediately, but if we can find beans, we could probably get something on the top of the volcano if there's something there.
Get a good peek for that. I agree with you. So I will say, chat, if you have any questions at any time, please feel free to drop them in. Either somebody in chat or Lee or myself will be able to answer them for you. We want to make sure that you're able to follow along just as long as just as much as the runners do. So please do let us know if you have any questions.
And this is an interesting start.
Yeah, so we are starting off in Zora's River. So one thing to note about Zora's River, if you are new to the game, is that Zora's River traditionally requires either a bomb bag or a scale to access, except for in this one particular situation where when they spawn there, it doesn't require anything at all. They can get these items right away.
Also, there's a bomb bag on that ledge, so they could just grab the chicken and get it.
Yeah, and I believe, and you said that was a bomb bag, right?
Yep, that's literally the first thing they've seen.
So yeah, that bomb bag is you're going to hear us use some terms sometimes called Sphere Zero. Sphere Zero means that a certain check location or item doesn't require any other items in the game in order to access. And so that bomb bag is what we would call a Sphere Zero bomb bag, or a bomb bag that doesn't require any other items, songs, or other types of logic in order to access, simply because of that starting location.
It looks like, I think those are nuts.
Nah, those are iron boots. Hello, iron boots.
Oh, Mr. Mario skipped those.
That's really interesting. I wonder if he's planning on coming back for those, if that was just a misspeak. Because you're right, he did skip right over those in behalf of catching this open grotto here.
Oh, that makes sense. He might get them from above.
Yeah.
He's just doing, like, some of the additional routing here first. Big Goron is dead.
Mm-hmm. One of our very first, what we call always hints. An always hint means that we are going to, in every seed, see a copy of that hint. The reason why is that the Big Goron trading quest takes sometimes multiple items to complete. And so we've decided as a community that it's best to be able to have that always show up every seed.
Ooh, 30 skulls for a Zora scale.
Ooh. And again, usually something we care about. However, because of their spawn location, we know that this area is completely accessible without needing a scale. So that's really helpful.
Indeed.
And especially with iron boots, because the only other reasons that you might need scale is in order to access some locations deep underwater. And with iron boots, that kind of makes all of those a moot point.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this was a path and bomb bag.
Oh god, this would be the most terrible path hint, though. So just for everyone's information, we use something called path hints. You'll see them. We'll point them out as they show up. It tells us that a location is on the path to a certain dungeon. Oh,
Mr. Mario just
really?
dropping the chicken.
That's shocking from Mr. Martin, as we're talking about from a technical level, that is usually one of the tricks that they all have very down packed, is being able to skip the waterfall with chicken, not requiring Zelda's Lullaby. So that was a surprise.
And it looks like Engel's gonna get a peek at Mount DMC.
Yeah, it looks like... So there's two places that you can peek here. You can peek the hole in the wall there, as well as on top of the volcano. Did you see what was on top of the volcano? Did he even peek what was on top of the volcano?
No, he just planted it.
He just bailed. Which, I'm not opposed to, honestly, because that means that when he goes adult, he can access all of Death Mountain Crater without ever needing something like a hookshot or hover boots to get across that bridge. So I kind of like that play.
I do like Mr. Mario doing his doing that camera trick right here.
God, it's so swaggy.
Yes.
It's just, do you need to do it? No. Does it look awesome? Yeah. Should you just do it because of swag? Absolutely.
Yes. Plus, you could see things from behind you at times.
So one of the things about if you are new either to the randomizer scene or new to season 5, that was altered in this season as well as a few previous seasons, is the fact that we start with the card from Zelda, meaning that this entire ranch area, including Talon's chickens and Malin, is accessible right out the get-go without needing to go and get the card from Zelda.
Which involves getting the weird egg from Malon.
Yeah, so for those of you who were around for older seasons, we used to have to do that. Thank God that that's out of the way and we can just go straight here.
Zelda's card is in her letter that you also have to give to the guard in Kakariko in order to access Death Mountain.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like a card. It's kind of got that bifold. It's fine.
Yeah, it does appear in RSL sometimes.
Yeah, Yeah.
Zelda with a credit card. So
God, go for it.
a credit card's like pretty useless these days when you've got debit that does the same thing, but you don't need to pay back credit card companies.
Zelda's credit card.
You should just go with debit instead.
Did you see what that was? I didn't actually see what was in the back of Wrench there.
It looked like a stick, I think.
God, by the time I looked at it, it was gone. I was like, well, obviously it wasn't important enough for Mr. Mario to go chasing for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing important. That's what I gathered from it. So, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Mr. Martin goes... He's gonna make his way towards Kokiri Forest, or Mr. Mario. Oh my god, I'm gonna do this a lot today, and I so apologize in advance.
Well, they are like one half of the M&Ms.
They are half of the M&M co-op team, so it's just gonna happen. Bear with me. But Mr. Mario, is making his way to Kokiri Forest. One of the plays that you'll see often at this point from Ranch is people going and doing Gerudo Valley into Lake Hylia to Kokiri Forest. It looks like Mr. Mario is just chasing straight after Kokiri Forest. Just in a bad play.
Yeah. Well, at least we'll get to see, like... Oh, it's Stone of Agony.
Stone of Agony. I knew it wasn't a stick. I just didn't know what it was. Yeah, in the original game, Stone of Agony just shows you where grottos are. These players are skilled enough. They know where all the grottos are. They don't need a Stone of Agony.
Even in, like, Dungeon ER.
Yeah. No, they're good. They're fine. They can figure out where the grottos are on their own. Great peek here. So one of the things that we haven't talked about yet so far is what we call chest-size matches contents. So you'll see that Mr. Mario, I told you, it's going to happen.
That's a boomerang!
Yeah, Mr. Mario chasing after that big chest there. Big chests contain unique items, things like bows and bow upgrades, slingshots. Can contain things like double defense, big Goron sword, other useless items that are unique but don't, necessarily help with progression. But any and all those big chests, they're really going to be chasing afterwards.
And now we'll be going into Mido's house. See if it's all the smalls or... No, it's not all the smalls.
No.
In fact, I think... Oh, a bow!
There's a bow. Okay, off to a good start. and there's an example of a unique item that will not in any way, shape, or form help them in this seed. Is Neru's Love. You might see it in chat called the condom, but will not be something you'll most likely see either of these runners use during their gameplay here.
Indeed. But that is basically 2 out of 5 for meme percent.
So what do we have? There's our first path hint.
Yep.
So Market is on the path to Volvagia. So we know something in Market Land will either directly or indirectly lead to beating Volvagia, which gives us information not only on possible items that could be there, but also gives us information on one of the medallions that we have, because path hints can only point towards medallion dungeons.
Yep. And it looks like Mr. Mario can full clear here, because Skull Kid gave him an allowance.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, GTG final prize is dead,
Ooh.
too.
And there's wallet. Speaking of an allowance, so one of the interesting things that we don't talk enough about is hint logic, as I like to call it, and you'll hear other people call it. The fact that we got a hint that Gerudo Training Grounds, that there's one check in there that's not what we call dead, means that we will not find a barren hint for Gerudo Training Grounds.
Also, Vanilla Bomb Bag.
Oh, hello, Vanilla Bomb Bag. And more bombs. Ah! Yeah, so you might see these runners go after Gerudo Training Grounds simply because they know that they will not be finding a barren hint for Gerudo Training Grounds. So it's just something to keep in the back of the mind when you see these sometimes hints.
Yep. Oh, there's a scale.
God damn you, chat.
That means gold scale on 30, and it's most likely on Richard the Dog, or the Lens minigame, or Big Pose.
Yep. Somebody in chat said, man, those bomb chew bowling prices blow, and I just...
Or Sepple the Queen Goma, Pierre is a small key, Frogs 2 is dead, and Skull Mask is dead.
And this is an interesting play here from Engel. So, one of the most common plays that you'll see is what used to be called the 3-song route, but it's getting all your child songs early because they have a lot of power when you go adult. In this case, Engel is skipping out on the Sacred Forest Meadows song and electing to go straight adult at this point, which, depending on the song that Mr. Mario gets here, could either be a really good gamble or could cost him time in having inefficiencies when going adult. So we'll see how it pays out, honestly.
Yep. We'll get to see the medallion layout here. Deku Tree, Water Temple, Spirit, Jabu, Shadow, and Fire.
Oh, Stone Forest leads to Deku? Oh, that's terrible.
Well,
that's terrible.
Stone Forest has had a lot of progression items as of late, especially on Phantom Ganon, so yeah.
So here's a very interesting thing. I don't know if you saw that. Mr. Mario skipped the, Oh, are you kidding? Their Save Scum spot is in Death Mountain Crater with Bolero. That's dirty, Seed. That is dirty.
It truly is.
And
there's ZL.
And there's a lullaby. Zelda's Lullaby. Honestly, one of the most powerful songs in the game, bar none. And is one of two required. Well, I guess Zelda's Lullaby isn't technically required, but Nocturne is.
Zora's River Path to Morpha. Wowee.
Wowee, I wonder if it's those iron boots.
No, it's obviously for that recovery heart.
Obviously, it was the recovery heart.
Ooh, and a big chest right here.
Yeah, Morpha, and there's double defense.
Morpha.
Yeah. Morpha is one of those that has quite a fair number of items that could be pointed to as path hints. Just because it requires things like strength, it requires things like bow, it requires things like long shot and iron boots and Zelda's Lullaby. In this case, it was just iron boots. Not too hard.
And it looks like Mr. Mario is going to Goron City.
Now, Mr. Mario got Sun Song from Saria, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's one of those songs that means that Engel will most likely not be affected in his adult section because he didn't pick up that song.
Indeed.
Just because Sun Song only has one check, which is the Sun Song Grave and Graveyard. It's accessible as either adult or child. And beyond that, it's just convenient to have. It really doesn't do you a whole lot much outside of that.
Especially if skulls are required.
Yeah. Quick peek there. You're going to see a lot of these runners doing various different peeks through walls and across the way, looking for those big chests, as we've been talking about, seeing if they can get an edge on that.
And it looks like Mr. Mario and Engel are high-fiving each other 7 years.
And there's Ocarina the Goron.
You mean Link the Moron.
Oh, shoot.
And there's a big chest right here.
Oh,
there's magic.
No. Did you see the hint? Did you see the hint? Oh,
yep, it's all dungeons.
It's all dungeons, baby. So you're going to see in chat the term AD thrown around a lot here. AD stands for all dungeons, meaning that we got to do everything. We got to do all the stones. We got to do all the... all the medallions. God, I want to see.
You're welcome, guys.
This is just a class. It's just a starseed. Like, it's just literally a starseed. No one's surprised. But so here's the thing. I will say, knowing that a Forest Temple is on the path and Forest Temple is one of the stones doesn't make Forest Temple as bad anymore. Because you gotta go and do it no matter what. So, like, cool.
It looks like neither of them were able to pull off that trick, sadly, with that big chest right there.
Yeah. It looked like Engel got a good view and saw that it was a small chest anyway, so it's kind of a mute point at this point. Yeah, so nobody's gonna be really rushing after it. The one thing that I will point out though with Mr. Mario, and it'll be interesting to see how Engel approaches this seed. Mr. Mario is already skipping small chests, which is bold, and I love it because at some point there are 2 dungeons in particular, especially Fire Temple. God, you need 5 hearts to get through it, or a bottle and a fairy, because you just don't have enough time to get through the main courtyard of Fire Temple to go deeper on less than 5 hearts.
It looks like Mr. Mario is going to be doing the stick trick right here to get this one skull.
Deku Tree, go to Bongo Bongo. You're right. Chat points out, already has wallet. But who buys a tunic? I mean, who buys a tunic? Oh, God, I love that trick.
Ah, yes. It's like so good, especially with this kind of execution. Engel's just going to go through DC because, you know, they all have to do it anyways.
Yep. And honestly, I think that's why Engel elected to go adult early, is because they knew that they could do Dodongo's Cavern, which not only gets you progression in the form of one of the stones that they need. It's just high value for checks. You get a lot of items really fast doing this, and it lines you up really well for doing adult Kakariko, which is also one of the most valuable locations in the game.
Indeed.
Oh, look at
spear and check dents.
Okay, chat. He might be buying a tunic. But let the record stand that I'm not happy about it. It's like buying a shield, you know? Just go for it on 5 hearts. You don't need no tunic. It's fine.
He's fine.
It's fine. So this is the one check that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, disappointed in the number 3 seed. That's me. The one check that I was talking about earlier, Sun Song just opens up that one location, small chest, so it's Sun Song not required in the seed this time. Great question in chat. Double defense, while it halves the damage that you receive, the timer itself is based off of the quantity of hearts, not necessarily how the hearts... Ooh, hello, Hookshot. Not necessarily the how much damage you receive from the hits. Oh, and there's another big chest.
Ooh. I'm gonna see it now. It's a hookshot!
That's another hookshot! Good glory. You know what that means. They could basically go Sand Strength. They could go and do Water Temple and get their Forest Medallion. That's not bad at all.
Indeed.
The reason why we like Forest Medallion gives you a free song in the form of Prelude out at Temple of Time, and so you want to get your Forest Medallion done on the earlier side because it unlocks a free song in and of itself. In addition, beating Spirit Temple and Jabu in this case, so Fire and Water Medallions respectively, will unlock another song in the form of Burning Kakariko, traditionally Nocturne.
Indeed.
So having water done early is really nice for songs. And songs are honestly one of the most powerful singular things, in quotes, that you can get in a seed.
Yep.
Chat, why you gotta be doing them dirty like that? 50 skulls? Seriously?
And it looks like Mr. Mario might be doing chickens.
Oh.
No, never mind. I'm wrong.
Mr. Mario's like, nah, fam. Not even in this race am I doing chickens.
He's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm gonna go grab that sword instead of those birds.
Right? I will say, Mr. Mario burned through his sticks. He is flat gone.
Indeed.
One of the interesting things about this, if you've been watching either league settings or previous seasons, is that it is what's called closed Deku Tree, meaning that we need both Deku Shield as well as Kokiri Sword in order to go beat Deku Tree. Other settings that you might have seen recently have what's called Open Deku, meaning that they can go right away without any items. So they will need Kokiri's Sword before they can go and do Deku Tree in these particular settings.
Oh, and one hook shot was in the Shield Grave in the graveyard, and the other one was in Dodongo's Cavern on the bomb bag chest. So they're both very early.
Yeah, I think that makes the hook shot that Mr. Mario got Sphere 0, and the hook shot that Engel got a Sphere 1, because that bomb bag was a Sphere 0 check. So,
yep.
And neither one seemed to be locking each other. So,
oh, nice Lens of Truth on King Dodongo. That opens up another check in the market. Ooh, and crossing is also in Logic too.
Yeah, especially with what Lee means by crossing is not only like can they get now to Gerudo training grounds, because to get across that bridge you either need in Gerudo Valley you either need Eponas or Longshot, but then to get across the wasteland into Desert Colossus you need either Longshot or Hovers plus Magic plus Lens of Truth, and they got it all now. You're right.
And we'll get to see Richard the Dog because Engel wasn't able to do it previously because of the lack of Sun Song.
Oh, good point.
As there was really nothing of value along Bomb Chew Bowling or Lens minigame, and nothing here too. So it's either Big Pose or Lens minigame.
Yeah, and we're all set up for Lens minigame, so that wouldn't be terrible. Big Pose, we don't have Eponas, we don't have a bottle. So, like, Big Pose would be a pretty terrible check at this point.
Well, even if they had a bottle, they could still do it. It's
okay. These runners could do it, but it most certainly would not be in Logic.
Of course not.
Lee, you're like, as if I care about Logic at this point.
True. Most of us don't.
You know, very rarely do I care about Logic. Oh, baby. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where Engel goes next. Engel has not done anything really with regards to Kokiri Forest, Lost Woods, Sacred Forest Meadow, and doesn't really have great access of getting over there. Could possibly save Quitter Bolero and work their way over there, but beyond that, doesn't have something like Minuet that could be helpful in getting them over there faster. Unless, it's just here in the graveyard, in which case, shout outs.
The only checks we haven't seen are in regards to the Royal Tomb and Dompe Race. And Engel is going to be picking up his long shot.
There it is. Which I'll say, Longshot Irons, ZL, Zelda's Lullaby, excuse me, all within the first 25 minutes. The fact that they can just literally go and do Water Temple if they felt like it is pretty impressive. And do the far majority of it.
Indeed.
So we are now hoofing it through Dompe's race. One of the beautiful quality of lives that they added in the randomizer is that to get both prizes, normally you have to race Dompe once, he gives you hook shot, you race him again, you go sub 1 minute, he gives you another prize. In this case, if they can get the sub minute in the first try, Dompe will just give out both prizes because he's generous, quote unquote, like that. AKA, we coded him like that.
Yes, kind of like with Gerudo Fortress with the horseback archery, where it's the same thing.
One of the other great quality of life changes was the Ocarina memory game in Lost Woods that used to be 8 notes long and you had to like beat it multiple times. Now they're like, you got 5 notes and you're close enough. Here's your prize. So what I'm really curious about, somebody else in chat pointed this out, of Engel's got Requiem. It'd be really interesting to see kind of like what the next 2 songs are, both from this check here in the Composer's Grave, as well as in Desert Colossus itself.
Indeed, T-Rus is never punched today.
I know, right?
You get to see that song.
And then the other question, well, God, it's hard to say if Engel should, God, because one of the things that I'm thinking about is, do you cross the wasteland at this point and go do GGG, knowing that long shots in logic? Doing it without a bow would be without strength is pretty terrible. But it's an option that's in his tool belt right now. You love to see Prelude. By far one of my absolute most favorite songs because it just makes age changes so much easier. You know, we know that they've got to do Jabu at some point, which is a child dungeon. We know they've got to do Deku Tree, which is a child dungeon. So they've got to go back and do 2 more child dungeons. So having Prelude just makes life so much more convenient. And that's a big chest.
And Mr. Mario is really low on bombs.
Yeah. Probably gonna elect to buy bombs here instead of a tunic.
Of course. There we go. Ooh, 50 is dead too.
Oh, there it is. There's the minuet you're hoping for. Oh, Engel being spoiled. Spoiled. Yeah, that's a huge minuet. Absolutely. So, if you had a favorite song, Lee, what would it be?
Any song, or is there
any song? Well, I mean, song within Ocarina of Time, one of the 12 songs that they can play. Not necessarily like "Come On Eileen" by Dexy's Midnight Runners, which is a jam, and I will fight for it.
Also, Deku Tree's Path to Bongo Bongo.
Yeah, I saw that.
I see. For any favorite song in Ocarina of Time, probably... Yeah, it's a hard one to decide.
Yeah, I mean, Minuet in its versatility, like Requiem and getting you across the wasteland, and then just Prelude for being Prelude, for just being Prelude, are probably my 3 favorite, you know, if you're talking about just like songs that make your quality of life in randomizers so much better.
Well, I think I like a lot of the Warp songs because, you know, it'd be nice if people can actually warp in real life.
Oh, God, wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's Greg.
There's our green rupee. There is officially one green rupee in the entire game. Normally in Mido's house, and it's just sitting right there in Sacred Forest Meadow. Yeah, I think my favorite song to enjoy and listen to would definitely be the Gerudo music. It's just it's way too it is way too good for its own right.
It truly is a banger.
So, and I wonder. So, one of the things that Engel has set up for him right now is with Song of Storms, with Zelda's a Lullaby, with bombs, and a fair amount of adult exhausted. I wonder if he's gonna go and do well here pretty soon.
Ooh, Jabu is foolish.
Ooh.
Foolish whale.
I mean, yeah. Nobody likes doing Jabu anyway, so.
And they do have the... Well, Mr. Mario has the ring.
Oh yeah, you're right. Do we have any path hints to Jabu?
You mean for to Baronade?
Or Baronade, excuse me.
Haven't found one yet.
I didn't
found
think
one
so.
for Twinrova, Volvagia,
Mongo. Chat's saying negative. Thank you, chat, for
Goma.
being... Oh, we found a Goma. You're right. You're right.
We found all but Baronade.
Chat being much more observant than me, which is honestly nothing new at this point. So letter could be about anywhere at this point. And we'll have no information on it. And this is probably a forest dip. This looks like a forest temple dip.
Oh yeah.
Which honestly, not opposed to, with forest temple being one of the path hints. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well. You can come in here and do 5 checks. 2 in the one in the entrance, Stalfos, plus 3 using bow. So 5 checks without strength. It's not bad.
Yep.
And as we're talking about chest size matches contents, you'll notice that small keys come in this nice, it's the boss key texture. Just a little on the smaller side. They're nice and cute.
Yeah, he's winning the music war, Mr. Mario, because he always has like custom music.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He's one of the people who makes a lot of custom music too.
Oh, that's cool. Are you a big fan of the custom music?
Oh yeah, I plan to it whenever I can.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm one of those that just needs the OG music. I have a hard time with the custom, so it's always fun to see what people can come up with. And then for me, I'm just like, nah, just give me the original Forest Temple music. I'm good.
Mr. Mario was just about to buy a shield, but he realized that he was 10 rupees short.
Oh no, buddy. It's all that tunic money. So 2 chests so far in Forest Temple, 2 small keys. Not really the items you're looking for when you're trying to do a forest dip. You wanna limit the amount of keys you find, and you wanna maximize the amount of chests. But I mean, he'll need these keys eventually, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Oh, but that did pay out.
And there is a big chest. Hello, big chest.
Oh, there's our path.
Okay, Seed. Come on, make it a little bit harder for us. I wonder what path to Goma is. Could it be the Kokiri sword that's required to get to Goma?
Of course.
Of course it is. Hurdy her.
Yeah, there could still be a slingshot in here. Mr. Mario has 10 skulls too, so he can check that.
Yeah, which is pretty strong routing from Mr. Mario to get skulls so quickly.
But sadly, it was just a recovery hard on 10.
Yeah. Not a bad play. And yeah, we know 30 has a scale. So there's so the only check in the entire game that is coded to require 2 scales and can't be done with anything else is the diving game in the lab in Lake Hylia. Now, you won't see any of these runners do that. You'll see them do it with iron boots and a hook shot. But technically in logic, that requires 2 scales and can't be done in any other way, logically. So it's just something interesting to remember. Every other check that requires deep diving into water can be done either with iron boots or with scales.
Yep. That 30 is probably not going to be in action at all.
No.
Just need to get up to 20 and that's it.
And just, let those skulls live their happy, cursed lives from there on out.
You mean stuck in a dilapidated house?
Yeah, but at least the 10 and 20 dudes are happy.
Yes. They get to do some jumping jacks.
Yeah. Oh, and we were while Mario's running through this and Engel's on the move, we were talking about this earlier, but today is officially International Women's Day. So happy Women's Day to all of you women and her runners in the community. Thanks for making the community a better place. We appreciate you.
Yes.
So looks like we got a field play. Not always the most fun without Eponas. Eponas just makes everything faster when you're talking about Hyrule Field, but it is 5 checks. And it looks like this is probably a Lake Hylia play, if I'm being honest. Or not a Lake Hylia, a Water Temple play, if I'm being honest.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, it's got iron boots, got long shot, got bow. Only thing is it doesn't have strength, but you can peek that 1 check that is strength required. And beyond that, and no Song of Time. So there's 2 locations that are possibly unreachable.
That's Open Grotto.
Oh, there's a bottle.
Can anyone say Rush Ice?
I mean, it's not. You're not wrong.
There you go, Tudos.
Yeah. So what Lee's talking about is normally to get to Ice Cavern, you need Gerudo's letter. However, towards the beginning of Season 4, the ZSR Tournament Season 4, there was a skip found totally without glitches that you can just, hop the fence and run right past King Zora. You don't even need the letter. So a lot of runners now will, on 1 bottle, just, hop over King Zora and go do Ice Cavern. Because why not? So, Rush Ice.
Yep.
Is Mweep Skip frame perfect? No. In fact, it's not even pixel perfect. You've got quite a spread of pixels.
Stuff.
Yeah, and lots of setups that have been found for it.
Oh, is this Final Fantasy music?
God, I mean, I have both of their streams muted, so I have no idea. Chat, you're gonna have to help Lee out here.
Yeah, it is Final Fantasy VIII. Though I think Man with the Machine Gun's still the best theme from there, because, you know, battle themes from Final Fantasy are always the greatest.
So, oh, there he goes. The trick that Engel's trying to do here, by the way, is in hookshotting over, you unequip the iron boots, which basically registers the game as you are, quote-unquote, touching the bottom without iron. Oh my god! Okay, game, calm down.
30 skulls logically required, by the way.
Nobody's goddamn doing it.
Of course not, especially with those iron boots.
I mean, you're not wrong. No, but the trick is you unequip the iron boots as you are gliding across, so that way when you hit that box, it registers you as touching the bottom without iron boots, which is the flag that's set in order to say that you reach the bottom, which is how you can pull off that trick.
Yep. Made even easier now that the D-pad controls not only the ocarina, but the boots.
Oh, thank God for that. Could you imagine if you still had to pause and C-stick, or pause and equip and unpause every time you wanted to put on iron boots? Ooh! Thank you, rando quality of life.
Oh yeah, it makes the game much more playable.
God, right? Let's see. 2 quick spins, 1 and 2, and I love some of these little tricks that make these rooms so trivial. No!
No way!
Stop it, game!
Is it strength?
Stop it!
No! That's a slingshot!
It's a goddamn slingshot. Oh, beautiful. Well, for anyone who is like, Forest Temple could still point to slingshot. There you go. Just for you. Here's a neat little trick. Side hop, neutral roll, backflip, pause, release the Z button, side hop, re-hit the Z button. There you go. Life goes on.
All for a small key.
Fun little trick that allows you to skip having to change water levels to the second floor to be able to reach that, and you can save yourself a step there.
Yep.
So great. One of those little quality of life tricks. Which are always fun. You know, that's kind of my favorite part of Ocarina of Time Randomizer, is that sometimes you walk into a water temple with hover boots, and sometimes you walk in here with bomb shoes, and sometimes you walk in here with jack shit. And, trying to do the same checks with different items just makes it really creative, even if it's the same dungeons over and over and over again.
14 skulls on Mr. Mario, that's actually really good.
Yeah, no, Mr. Mario is incredible at skull routing, and is part of the reason why he's as good as he is that he can just do, while also being incredibly efficient with checks, is also able to route in things like skulls and side checks, and just his ability to hit check density is just phenomenal.
And Mr. Mario is going to be heading back as child now, of course.
Yeah. Which, not opposed to. I think they both have very intelligent plays for different reasons. I think Engel's was very smart because he needed to go to Kokiri Forest anyway, so walking out and doing field into lake made a lot of sense. And I think for Mr. Mario, having, just kind of cleaned up his adult section, getting Kokiri's sword, now going back and getting that Deku tree, which is path to Bongo Bongo, also is a smart idea. Double side hop, neutral. Yep.
He's got it.
The classic Engel, the classic. Who needs to go the long way?
Exactly.
So normally you're supposed to, go go through all the whirlpools and the tektites, and you bomb the wall, and you push the block, and you do a whole bunch of BS-ery. Engel's like, nah, fam. I don't need that. Let me just do some side hops.
There we go. Ocarina Improv. I just noticed Engel's names here. If we... Let's see where Engel goes now. Is he going Central Pillar? Before doing the...
Yep.
Because he can at least peek... you know, that strength block check. The push block.
Yeah, that I was surprised about. Not peeking there. And chat pointing out, Central Pillar with no tunic and 4 hearts is...
That's OGC foolish, I think.
Was that? I wasn't looking. I was looking at Engel's side, and... So, Engel... Now, here's the thing. There is a peak available that you basically get to the middle of this hallway here, and you turn around, and it should allow you to see what's up top there. There's... oh, he's just going for it. He's like, nah, fam, we're just doing it.
He's got 30 seconds left. I think he can do it just fine.
As long as everything cooperates. It's when they decide they don't want to cooperate that it gets hard. Like, like all you need is one of those shells to be like, you know, I'm not going to open my mouth right now. That it's just over.
That is the big key.
Oh, hello, boss key. So, fun story. That check requires Zora's tunic or 2 wallets, which we have neither of. Cool.
We have 1 wallet at least.
Cool. So that could be, there could be, I mean, it's Iron Boots and River, let's be real here. Oh, it's Big Pose?
It's Big Pose.
No. Love that.
That means we have to get our horse, which is probably locked behind Water Temple.
Also, watch out for this trick from Engel. Gets the lineup. Shields, runs, flickers, jump slashes. Easy every time.
So easy indeed.
So, it's so easy. So as Sponge is pointing out, for Big Pose, there is a way to do it without Epona, and I think Lee, you were mentioning this earlier.
Of course.
Very much,
that sign,
very much out of logic. Pretty tricky trick. It's possible. Just need a bow and a bottle.
And a sign.
And a sign. And, you know, some, I don't know, like, Chemical X. Just, you know, sprinkle it in.
So we could get the Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's basically what the pose are.
Except there's 4 of them instead of 3.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the pose in the Hyrule Field, there's 10 of them. So, I mean, let's go.
But they're all the same. They're like clones.
Poor pose. And that's a key. Yeah, no one's surprised. In fact, did we know that was a key? Yeah, we knew it had to be a small key because now we're getting in the weeds here. In the first 7 checks of Water Temple, we know that 5 out of the 7 have to be small keys. We found 2 items and a boss key, so that's 3, which means that there's 4 small keys in that area, meaning that the boss key then had to lead to a small key. Cool.
Yes, there was a purple Powerpuff Girl, but
I'm sitting here talking about Water Temple, and next thing I know, I'm just like, I hear, oh yeah, there was a purple Powerpuff Girl. Woo! Have we already
get to see the back of the tree hints at least?
Have we already devolved into madness? We're only 51 minutes in, man. We can't be losing it now.
Water Temple this early. Sign me up.
Right? Great side hop there from Mr. Mario. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of that particular approach to Deku Tree hints. I like going all the way around the tree. Maybe that's just me being old school and or lazy. It's probably both. But that's my preferred Deku Tree hints, is going all the way around versus doing the left side, going through the front, doing the right side. Ooh.
Nice.
You know, I will not get mad at Furora's win. That is a beautiful that's a beautiful item to have early on with Magic.
Getting a stick from Adult Fishing, of course. And Engel's gonna be joining Mr. Mario now.
So let's see what song we get here. This is gonna be a pretty important moment. Probably my thought would be Epona's.
Serenade.
Oh, really, game? Really? Oh my God. So the scene, in a sense, expects you to go and hike your ass out to Water Temple just so that way you can then get Serenade afterwards. That's God. And here's the worst part, right? So one of the other reasons we really like Serenade is because Serenade gives you easy access to Jabu Jabu. You Serenade, you swim through lake, you dive, and you're right in Zora's domain. But their starting location is right outside Zora's domain. So it doesn't matter.
Oh, it looks like he's gonna try sniping.
He's going for it. And you'll see that Engel's not going after this Poe. And the reason is that while it looks like a Poe that you normally hunt down, Poes that throw fire are actually just regular Poes. They're not big Poes. And what he needs to find is a big Poe.
The one that basically wants you to catch it. Oh, another big chest in the tree, and it's Gerudo's letter.
Now that's fascinating.
The child chain continues.
Ooh, I mean, you know we're just gonna find Din's fire in here, right? Like the scene.
Another big one here.
And claim check. So
for a dead check too.
Right, for that. Yep. I mean, if you're gonna do Big Goron, claim check's your favorite thing to find, but they don't even need to do Big Goron, so it doesn't matter. Gets the turn, gets the jump slash. Oh,
It kills the spider.
it's so nice. Now let's see if he can get the ledge grab.
Boomerang was on on sword chest in Kokiri Forest.
Oh, is that it?
I'm ready to kill an arachnid today. Ooh.
That's it, Big Poe.
Hog!
Okay.
Probably be a hammer or a tunic.
Yeah, get your bets. Well, yeah, I think the wallet precludes it from being a tunic, but get your bets in chat. Is it a hammer? Is it a strength? Or is it hover boots? It's one of the three. Hammer, strength, hovers. What do you think it is? You got 5 seconds. I'm going to say it's strength because I want to be, or it could be something crazy like Din's Fire. Yeah, you're right.
There's hammer.
It's hammer. That's boring. Yeah, that was free. So you know, my question then is, if you have hammer, do you just go beat fire before you go and back to child?
I don't think Engel's gonna be doing that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd be inclined to do it. Because hammer, I mean, you don't need strength. You've got long shot for Pierre because we know it's a small key. Long shot being one of the tricks that we can use to get around Pierre. It's a medallion. You've got a bottle, so you can grab a fairy, so you can survive even on 4 hearts. I think I would do it. Especially with Prelude. I mean, because you have quick access to getting back there. But, you know, everyone routes differently, and I don't think this is a bad play at all.
Yeah, Ice Cavern or Zora's Fountain has progression towards Bongo.
Yeah, interesting. Because, Nocturne being on Ocarina of Time isn't really affected by that Gerudo's letter. Because unless there's strength somewhere, we still don't have a strength yet, so that could be pointing to, you know, it could be strength for Forest Temple for Nocturne, easily. Who knows? Who knows?
I always knew that Zoras were the villain of this story.
Oh. Not to get slightly off topic, but to get slightly off topic, I think one of my favorite theories is that Ganondorf actually wrote Gerudo's letter as a means of, like, convincing Link to go get the Zora's Sapphire, so that way he could gain access to the Temple of Time.
Would make sense.
Right? So, that's my favorite little fan theory.
Especially since she did say that she didn't write a letter.
Right? You know? And it's literally just like sitting right there in Lake Hylia, and she's like, I didn't write this. So yeah, there's some speculation that Ganondorf wrote that letter as a means of convincing Link to go save her and get the Zora Sapphire, so that way he could open up Temple of Time.
Yep.
Also, look at that beautiful rupee layout.
The
2 dives? The dream is 2 dives. Chat stating surprised that King Zora didn't suspect anything, and also this is King Zora we're talking about. I have low expectations about King Zora. Oh, is this Child Spirit? Ooh. Now this is spicy.
Yep.
There will be some runners who will gamble against Child Spirit. It is 2 checks that can only be accessed as a child here in Spirit Temple. So you could possibly save time if neither of these checks are required. Most runners will usually come through and at least do these 2, if not climb higher if they're missing something like magic, a fire source, or strength 2. I'm just surprised that he's doing this before other dungeons like Deku Tree.
Mr. Mario is the ace attorney of this adventure. You know what he's missing? A medium. A spirit medium. Oh, there she is.
I was like, I thought he had Navi for that.
Navi's too small. I don't think Navi would eat burgers, but we're at least gonna see what is in here.
And really interesting.
It's it's foolish, so nothing.
So 2 keys in Spirit Temple, meaning that most likely Spirit is necessary, or Child Spirit is necessary to beat this dungeon. Not always. Sometimes you can find those 3 keys on Adult's side and not have to touch these 2 keys, but more than likely, these are, the only 2 keys that are accessible in this opening area.
Just imagine Ace Attorney, but with Navi shouting, "Hey! Listen!"
I don't think that'd hold up in the court of law.
But she also can't slam her hands on the desk. No one would hear it.
So, I actually really like this climb for 2 reasons. 1, because they don't have any strengths. And 2, because they don't have any fire sources. So, no strengths means that they can't do the adult checks in here yet. And no fire sources means that the 2 checks in here that require fire sources as adult can just be done as child with Deku Sticks.
Yet another small key.
Yeah. So 3 so far. And chat pointing out, I think that's very smart. There was a big chest on child's side, so I think that's a really good reason to push this even harder.
That makes sense. It could be a vanilla strength.
Oh, could you imagine? Actually, yes, I could. I played enough rando that nothing surprises me anymore. See, also nothing surprising me. What is it? What is it, game?
Another ball.
Pog. Love that. So you're gonna see a fun little trick here. Well, that's a fun trick. So normally in the room coming up, you need to collect all the silver rupees in order to light
the torch, and then you can just bring a Deku Stick along and light up the others.
Yep, but what Engel did is he used a trick called flame storage, which while putting away the stick, the last frame that the stick is being put away is passing through a fire source. It means as long as that room is loaded, pulling out the stick again means that stick will still be lit. So he used that to gain himself just, an extra second of time to be able to make the run through that hallway and light that first torch before the stick timer went out on the fire. So it skips picking up all the silver rupees in here and saves him a pretty sizable chunk of time.
Mr. Mario's at 20 skulls now.
Really? At an hour 4? God, that is fabulous timing for 20 skulls. Dude, and that iron knuckle is like, who is stabbing my kneecaps?
With a tiny dagger.
I know, right? For those of you who don't know, there's a trick called damage storage.
There it is.
Oh my god! Well, there's Forest. Okay. Well, womp womp.
We'll just hope that Mr. Mario does this too.
Yeah. And there's their Samsung. Yeah, so in this game, very well coded. They kind of sort of maybe might have forgotten to program a value for crouch stabbing. Oops. So it actually takes the last value of whatever damage variable you store. So in their case, jump slashing with the Deku Stick is the most amount of damage that child can do without glitches and other things. So by jump slashing with a Deku Stick and then crouch stabbing, they're able to apply a jump slash worth of damage to the enemy and kill them faster. Fun fact. Oh, and box skip. Love me some frame perfect tricks.
Oh, the rang? It was on the Kokiri sword chest in the forest. Better hope that Engel doesn't orphan it.
Yeah. Good point. I don't think they will.
Probably not.
I think they go and do sword chest after this. And if they don't, then it's gonna be a long ass time before they go back for it. Yeah, I agree with Drunus. Lots of people go and do it afterwards, so I would not be surprised if that was the situation.
Letters in the Deku tree, something that Engel will be getting.
Well, I was like, you'll be seeing it in the next, 2 minutes. I wonder what Baronade has. Oh my goodness, it's almost as if it's Baron. Aid.
Baron Aid.
Hey!
Sounds like a drink, a new type of Kool-Aid.
You know, God, I could go for some Baronade. What? Okay, so now that we're getting off topic, but what flavor would Baronade be?
Probably jelly.
Is jelly even a flavor? I feel like jelly's like a description of texture. Actually, jelly's just basically sugar. Let's be real here. It's fruit. It's sugar disguised as fruit. Ooh, electric blue. I like that.
Let's see what this fairy has for us today. Just some couch cash, okay.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, because we don't really know why that letter is pointing to Bongo Bongo yet, do we? And it can't be for Forest Temple because we just got strength from Spirit. So we know that Forest is beatable without letter. So it's probably not the song either. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's got to be something like Dinzer hovers in either Zora's Fountain or Ice Cavern, or something wild. Hear me out. Something like Epona's in Ice Cavern, which
Oh shoot!
Oh, there's a shield.
Oh well.
You know what? At this point, Mr. Mario's done the far majority of Child. He's good.
Yeah. Still another dungeon that he could do, technically. But
yeah,
I think this one is more important because, we know where that strength is.
Yep. Speak it into logic. No, so what I was saying is it could be something like Epona's fourth, because we know that the hammer is Epona's locked. And even though we have a direct hint for Market, it could still be, the point, the hint is leading to Epona's to hammer leads to fire, and something is in Fire Temple, which then leads to Dins or hovers or something.
Yeah, Mr. Mario just getting bullied, so he had to reset.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got his shield. I think he's gonna...
Oh, but
Yep, he had to peek it.
He was like, can I just bail on Spirit? Do I really need to do this again? Oh, shit. Which, by the way, very much a mood, Mr. Mario. I feel you.
I just say nut the bats.
Yeah, there's actually a really cool strategy. So that's a really cool strategy. I like that one. There's a great one if you equip the Hylian shield, where basically you run at the Armos statue, and then right as you hit it, you pull out a bomb and basically just like pull out your shield, and all the keys fly at you and your shield, and then the bomb just blows everything up. It's a really fun strat. Mr. Mario doing the more aggressive version.
And Engel's going to be picking up his boomerang. That'll probably put him a dungeon reward ahead of Engel, though Mr. Mario can easily pick up the Forest Medallion whenever.
Yeah, my question is, how does Engel go and do things like Child, Goron City, and like a few odds and ends checks in Lost Woods? It looks like he is. Instead of just rushing straight to Jabu. Which, don't think is a bad play. It's definitely more on the conservative side. But has won people, races in the past, so not a bad play at all. Scale is right here?
No. It was on Ocarina Memory Game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. By right here, I mean whatever Lee said. Yeah, the interesting thing, though, is that Engel doesn't need scale. Because of where this save spot is, Like, at any point, if he wants to go to Jabu, he just save quits. And he's right outside of Zora's domain.
It'd still be pretty convenient for rushing eyes, although they do have iron boots.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to help in the long run, for sure, but not something that'll actually...
Oh, that's vanilla.
Oh! Boo! Boo!
Oh my god, that is so vanilla. You talking about Rudo's letter? Because we've already seen it.
So that was a slingshot, luck slingshot. Nice. Love that. Love to see it. Yeah, I mean, nobody's ever gonna get mad at scale, I'll tell you that much, but definitely not something that these runners need when it comes to, easy access to Jabu, just because of their safe spot. So, and yeah, this makes total sense. Clean up Lost Woods, go ahead and clean up Child Goron City. You've got Saria's song, you've got Zelda's Lullaby. So you can do all 3 child checks here in one sweep. And away you go. No bomb juice, so it makes sense that he's doing the Rolling Goron first. If you have bomb chews, you can do a really nifty strat where you use bomb chews and hit the spinning pot at the same time. Save yourself time that way.
Oh, my knees!
Yeah, right.
I used to be an iron knuckle like you, but then I took a dagger to the knee.
But then this goddamn little child in this mint green tunic came and stabbed my knees.
That is going back adult, I think.
I think this is, probably go straight to forest.
Yep. And then water.
Yep. And if, you feel an extra bowl, just go straight to Ice Cavern. Because why not? Ooh, Drew, good point. Yeah, grabbing hammer first. Knowing that that's the only check that's possible at this point. You know, I trust Mr. Mario. He knows what he's doing. There's the save quit from Engel. Gonna go ahead and just pop right into Jabu. So, you know, no surprise there. Engel's kind of next 10 minutes is pretty set in stone. And then honestly, beyond that, what does Engel do? Forest? Fire? So he's kind of got the next little bit of his route kind of really set with regards to dungeons and progression. So great songs to get there. Movement, got all the items that you need. It's got 5 hearts, so it doesn't need to worry about health. Yeah, he's good.
It's basically another strength and mirror shield from Go mode. And strength. I mean, it didn't.
Yeah, we're missing a few things.
Light arrows were on Lab Dive.
Yeah, which Mr. Mario will be getting, almost assuredly.
Yep.
So, not worried about that one. That said, I have seen people skip Lab Dive, which is, you know, happens. Definitely happens. I will say, my most embarrassing moment, and a lot of people know this, I was doing a weekly, and I had done Zora's Domain, I had done the torches, and I had done the diving, but I didn't collect the reward for diving, and it had fucking Mirror Shield, and I literally did every other check in the game and had to pull open my VOD and watch it back to try to figure out what check I had missed. And it was collecting the reward for the diving minigame. It was an absolute goddamn disaster and top 3 most embarrassing moments in my life. Because, of course, ZSR had to raid me at that point as I'm like watching my VOD just crying 5 hours in, being like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, stuff like that definitely happens.
You know, especially after you get raided by ZSR in a weekly. Oh.
Oh, that's really neat. He's setting up FW for when he checks this coming chest.
Yeah, this is a fun one. You'll often see people set this and do this check, drop down, defeat the bubbles, go and defeat Dead Hand, and then Furores all the way back. It seems like Mario chose to do the recoil strat instead.
Recoil strat is actually pretty easy. Yeah, a lot of these checks are usually named after runners who managed to orphan or misidentify checks.
Yeah, like you think of, you know, one of the classic ones is called the TARDIS. That was from an old, I want to say season 2 race, where 10th Doctor peeked the crate in Graveyard, thinking that it was a Deku Stick, when in reality it was the Boomerang, and lost the race because they never went and picked it up, because they had no idea that it was actually the Boomerang instead of just Deku Sticks. So you'll often hear, that's one of the more famous ones, is the TARDIS.
There's also ATZ Grotto.
Oh, yeah. Classic ATZ Grotto.
Which is just Tektite Grotto.
There's also Juke's Wall in DMT. Death Mountain Trail. The Death Mountain Trail wall. So, you know, some of these just absolutely stellar and incredible players. Yeah, we all miss Jax. Welcome to Randomizers. Where even on your best day, you're like, wait, did I do that location? Did I check Sacred Forest Meadow Grotto? I don't know. Ooh, Sponge pointing out, familiar with Henry. I am not familiar with Henry. Lee, are you familiar with Henry?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna learn something today.
From our fellow Ice Rusher, Sponge.
Yep, Sponge, definitely one of the top runners in the Ocarina of Time randomizer community. Was in the grand finals in season 4 of the Ocarina of Time randomizer. So, and we haven't really found anything here in Forest, have we?
Aside from that Kokiri sword earlier.
Yeah, I mean, which fulfilled the path to Queen Goma, but beyond that, nah, I don't think we've really found anything here in Forest.
Ooh. He didn't quite get that. Like, it went to a sidestep instead.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much fun. It's so much fun to see that the swaggy backwalk there.
Yep.
Yeah, Riley, this is an all dungeon seed. We have Ocarina of Time. God. A Nocturne of Shadow on Ocarina of Time.
Nocturne of Time on Ocarina of Shadow.
Hey, let's get it. And Mario running a little bit there, a little bit low on Deku Nuts, down to 3 at this point. So one of the challenges of chest size matches contents is that because you're not picking up small chests, a lot of resources that you otherwise take for granted, things like increases in Deku Nut capacities or, 5 or 10 packs of Deku Nut refills, you're just not picking up. So you're gonna have to find them in other places. Forest, for example, the Deku Babas have them. You can sometimes find them in pots. But you're not really you're not able to rely on just picking them up in small chests as you normally would in an otherwise non-chest size matches content seed.
Also, someone just asked when there'll be gold quest races, which that's a relatively recent Ocarina of Time ROM hack where it has like much harder versions of the dungeons, as well as some overworld changes too, which is rather interesting.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I've never actually played it. I watched a little bit of it, but all things I've heard pretty good things about it.
It's like Master Quest on steroids,
yeah.
Except now with overworld.
Rich asking in chat, who's ahead? I definitely think Engel has a slight lead at this point. But that said, I think we're still missing enough items that it could honestly just come down to, who makes the right check in the end game.
Yep.
So definitely still think there's plenty of game to go, and I don't think anyone has a square lead at this point. And there's a reminder that, grateful that we have long shot. Pierre typically requires... Pierre is the scarecrow that you set in Lake Hylia. Requires setting it as both child and then confirming it as adult. However, with long shot, there's a trick called pixel shot. You'll often hear it called. Small subset of pixels in a certain location means that you can grab the elevator platform in Fire Temple without actually ever needing to set Pierre. You might see these runners use that today if they need to go all the way up to Pierre, and they're raising the elevator in Fire Temple for that small key.
This boss music is pretty eerie.
What is it?
I don't even know. Ooh, oh.
I was so ready to talk about one cycle Phantom Ganon. Still clean. Still clean. The whole trick there is that when you shoot the arrow at Phantom Ganon, it causes him to kind of stall out and try to transition into preparing to shoot the little lightning ball.
Another slingshot. We know where all that are. Oh my god. Oh
god. I will say, slingshot is by far my least favorite item in this goddamn game. Because you find it, like, you're 2.5 to 3 hours in, right? You're looking for your one last item. You're digging, you can't find anything, and you finally find a big chest, and you're like, oh, thank God, it's my hover boots. You open it up, and it's a fucking slingshot, and you're like, God damn it, I don't need another one of you.
This is the most eerie Kokiri Forest.
So this looks, if I was to take a bet, this looks like, yep, that's what I was thinking. Looks like a nice cavern play.
Somebody at T-Risk right now.
Can we call it rushing at this point? We're 90 minutes in. They have letter. They've turned in letter. I don't know if you can call this rushing ice cavern anymore. So the real question is, Lee, what do you think we're gonna find in here?
Aside from villainous Zora, it's probably a bonus song or Song of Time.
Yeah, I mean, because we know it's not Prelude or Serenade, so and we know it's not Nocturne. So what? Yeah, you're right. It's either yeah. Those are the only two songs that it could be, huh?
The evil Zoras were hiding a happy-go-lucky whale. Wait, is that strength?
Or it could just be strength too. Sure game.
You know, if you rushed ice, you would have gotten that strength.
Oh, and what's under the icy waters? Nothing. That looks like a bloopy.
Yeah. Where is this from? Gives me, like, Old West vibes. Like, maybe from an RPG. Oh, Mario Party 2.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, see, chat knows. They're on it.
Mario Party RPG when?
Oh, see, you had it. It had the Western land. You know, if Mr. Mario really wanted, he could pick up these 30 skulls now. It's primed and ready. probably just going to see a straightforward Ice Cavern here. Straightforward as in, like, swaggy as hell. Lots of tricks. But, 4 checks and a song. Nothing too fancy. And 1 heart.
Celeste Cavern indeed.
So I will say one of Mr. Mario's advantages is that Mr. Mario is a very experienced RSL or Random Settings League player, meaning that he's very experienced at playing on lots of different settings, which include things like increased damage, 1-hit KO, as well as minimal pool, meaning not getting a whole lot of hearts or heart containers. So he has a lot of experience on playing on very low amounts of hearts and still being very successful. And I think we're seeing that right now as he's easily juggling, 1 and 2 hearts without even...
Hey, free Goron tunic.
Yeah.
It's a free t-shirt. For it's just in case you want to live inside that volcano. Now you could do it. So it's been in the freezer.
You just gotta thaw it out a little bit and...
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy if you go to a volcano.
Yeah, and you're gonna have, as it thaws out, it's gonna keep you nice and cool. I'm here for it. Do you have a favorite or preferred tunic color?
I usually like black or red.
Okay, I see you. I'm very much a fan of the, I have my white coat tunic. So my tunics are, three runs of white.
I just wish we could use Fox's model in standard.
What's his motto?
For Fox?
Yeah. Oh, Fox's model.
Yes.
Oh, see, I heard Fox's motto, M-O-T-T-O. And I was like, God, I have no idea what his motto is. I was like, enlighten me, because I don't know. His model, M-O-D-E-L. I see you. Now see, the one color change that I'm looking forward to, you're talking about Gold Quest. And for those of you who have seen Gold Quest, Link has pink hair in that, which is pretty fabulous. And I'm waiting for the day that we can customize Link's hair in Ocarina of Time Randomizer, because that would be pretty badass.
Give him white hair to make him look like Sephiroth.
Hey, that'd be pretty legit, honestly.
Oh, customize the boots too. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And Epona song. Looks like I was right. Partially. Because I also wanted Song of Time. In other words, Spirit Temple... Well, we know that Mirror Shield can't be on anything that's Song of Time locked at all.
Yeah, so it's really interesting because, we're hunting down Path to Bongo Bongo, right?
Yep.
So at this point, it's either going to be Epona's. So, I mean, it's either one of 3 things, It's either Epona's, it's either the Strength 2, or it's whatever song we get off of the Burning Cack check. So yeah, chat pointing out it could be Epona's for Megaton Hammer. It could be anything in Spirit or Strength 2 locked in GTG. Or it could just be Song of Time from Burning Kakariko, which would be terrible, but possible.
Another bump bag! That's all of them.
Hey, let's go.
That's all the bomb bags and all the slingshots that we know about. We're just missing a bow.
And I feel Engel's pain there, where you go to, yep, there it is. You go to use whatever's in your C left, and it just so happens to be the most, like, worthless spell. And you're like, why did I just use Demon's Fire here? In this case, it was Furor's Wind, but, you know, like...
You had no reason to set it up, though.
Literally no reason. Just, you know, throwing a few minutes down the drain. It's chill. So where I think we're gonna get the best convergence is once Mr. Mario is done with Water Temple. I think we're gonna have a pretty good sense of who's in the lead. Actually, no, because Engel will probably do fire first and then do ice second. We have no idea who's in the lead yet.
Indeed.
It's gonna take a hot second more.
And Engel has like 6 hearts, so he's banking on just you know, relying more on the fairy.
Yeah.
Whereas Mr. Mario kind of struck lucky with that Goron tunic. Oh, now I know this one for sure. It's Metroid Prime.
Ooh,
Metroid Prime 2.
I love the Metroid Prime games. They're so good.
Oh yeah, and there's even randomizers.
Are there Metroid Prime randomizers?
Yes.
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but that sounds legit.
I think 3 has one as well. But I know that there was tournaments for both 1 and 2 a while back on Speed Gaming. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'll have to check it out sometime. So chat, I have a question for you. Where in Fire Temple is our boss key gonna reside? And don't guess Pierre, because you'll be wrong.
Yeah, because I was hinted as a small key.
Yeah, we got that. We got that sometimes hint already. Where do you think that that boss key is gonna be? I want full commitments here. And then for anyone who noticed with Mr. Mario, Epona really doesn't like jumping over that fence, but there's one spot in particular that you can get her to jump over it. Right as the fence meets up with the wall for London Ranch is a spot where Epona will jump over that fence 100% of the time. So if you're coming in from the Tektite Grotto and you're trying to do the remote grotto, which Mr. Mario just did, and you want to hop that fence, go ahead and hug along Lon Ranch and hop over the fence along the wall for Lon Ranch, and you'll get that every time. Because otherwise, Epona's like, nah, fam, I'm not going to hop that. Oh, and there's Mr. Mario's Deku Nuts. He's great.
Grabbing more nuts, just in case.
Oh my god. Sorry, that was my childish mind coming out. Please ignore me.
And Mr. Mario picking up his bottle of bugs. Because everyone loves bugs. I mean, Pokemon is literally a game based off of bug catching. Oh, Din's fire!
Wait a second. Where was that?
That's DMC.
Oh, there it is. Alrighty. So that's Death Nut. Oh,
I think that fulfills one path.
It does. I mean, because you're right. Like, it's Epona's for Hammer. and hammer leads to the Death Mountain Crater Ferry, which can only be accessed via using hammer. So,
Mr. Mario's going to be picking up his light arrows. Oh, this is a blind turn in. Or he just forgot.
I think that was a...
Because I believe he's got that hint a while back.
Yeah. We know that we've seen that hint. You're right, and I think they both have. So it must have been a forgot, which happens. Oh, we did see Spirit Tarova, didn't we?
Yep.
Oh, fascinating.
Both of our strengths don't lock each other.
So there could just be another strength in Spirit or somewhere that Spirit locks. Or there could just, be Mirror Shield in there.
Probably Mirror Shield.
Yeah, interesting. Because if Strength 3 is Strength 2 locked, then technically both strengths are path strengths to Twin Rova. So that's the big if that's kind of hovering over that hint right now. That path hint is we just don't know where that third strength is.
Could possibly be vanilla.
What I will say though is, so Engel's gonna finish for Aurora's here. Oh, he doesn't have strength 2, so yeah, probably goes ice. Because my thought was, if you had strength 2 at this point, you would just go into Spirit and then leave for Aurora's with, however deep you got. But still needs to do Ice Cavern.
Yep. When does Engel get to Fountain? Probably when he finishes Fire, let's be honest. Another magic and Fire. That's Hammerlock too.
Yeah, I think with 6 checks being in there, plus a song, I think it's worth it at this point. The only other place that I could only other 2 places I could see at this point going would be GGG or Well. But I could see going there after Fire. It's relatively accessible from that location. Because we haven't seen a bottom of the well yet, have we?
Nope. And it's been in Logic for quite a while.
Oh my god, so long. Yeah, there easily could be... we don't have that much left, do we? Hover's Mirror Shield? That's it?
Yeah, Mr. Mario has the Goron tunic. It was nice. Oh.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Engel goes next, because this is kind of his last available progression, and then just has a whole lot of side dungeons that are possible.
Yep.
Though I still think even knowing that you're hammer led to Dins, without having hovers, I still think you chase that Bongo Bongo path hint. I don't know if I would feel comfortable with relying just on thinking that opponents led to hammer led to Dins as the path for that. I think you'd be hard pressed to think that.
That was very clean and very quick. It looks like
on Mr. Mario side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Engel can keep climbing.
Chat pointing out though, did you see? It sounds like he got boss key.
Yeah, Engel got boss key in the other room in lava.
Oh, interesting.
But I think he's just gonna go deeper, see if there's anything else he might have missed.
Interesting, Engel.
We also know that Pierre has a small key, so we have 4 known small keys.
You know, I would say, probably not what I would do. But that said, you know, with chest size matches contents, you peek this chest here, you peek the upper Goron coming up, right? As well as grabbing the next 2 checks, map chest and Pierre, you actually get quite a lot of value by just going a little bit deeper. So I'm not opposed to it. We'll just kind of see if it pays out, honestly.
Yep.
Deep Fire's paid out before, it could pay out again.
There's another small key. It means he can keep going.
Yeah, and I don't think... Did Mr. Mario pick up a fairy?
I think he's gonna...
Oh, he's gonna go for the peak. Oh, but he was facing the wrong way. No. Yeah. You know, and we were talking about earlier, you know, about the value of picking up small chests. This is the one frustrating part, is just not having the timer. And so at this point, Mr. Mario is just going to be losing some time doing other checks, trying to avoid that. And if wants to go back, will most likely need, I mean, possible to do on three hearts, very much so. It's very difficult on 3 hearts, but also has a bottle for a fairy if really wants to go back there and is concerned about having to do it multiple times. Could get a bottle of fairy and give himself an extra 24 seconds.
Yeah, I think he could have gotten that even sooner. Like when he was setting up FW.
Yeah, because there's 2 fairies right next to the entrance to Morpha. Exactly right. The those 2 pots there. And shout outs to Video James with a rate of 24. Welcome on in to the Mr. Mario versus Engel match of the Zelda Speedruns Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament for Season 5. And I think this is the fairy play. Reset, grab a fairy. Oh, are you kidding me, game? Wow, that was big bait if I've ever seen it. And honestly, the most ironic thing is Engel gets a big chest and doesn't need it, whereas Mr. Mario is literally dying in Water Temple, needing that Zora tunic, and so it's just almost ironic that, of course, Engel gets it when he doesn't need it, and Mario doesn't have it when he needs it at the exact same time.
Yep. And Engel's going for pixel shot.
Yep, so Skip's having to call Pierre. There is a small number of pixels. There it is. small number of pixels that work from a certain angle at a certain distance. There's a few good setups for it, but once the setup's over, you're just gonna have to eyeball it and shoot, and pray.
Here, the Scarecrow. That's what he calls himself.
Yeah, here, there's Pierre and his buddy
Bonnaroo.
Yeah. And they hang out together, and you make a song with one, and when you make that song, it means that the other comes in and helps you out. Kind of uses his body as a target.
Did he get a fairy?
He got a fairy. And at least he killed all of the spikes. Which means that the only two that he has left are the clams. They're easy. Oh no, he still has one spike left. No, get it.
Not anymore.
Hook onto my face. I mean, but that's kind of what Pierre does. He's just like, yeah, you can just, do whatever you want to my body. It's fine. And not like that, chat. Be appropriate. Come on.
Gotta be safe for work.
I know.
Even if we do sometimes curse.
We can't have Papa Trez mad at us. Exactly, Sponge, exactly. Great grab there from Mr. Mario. Small window there that you have to grab that grab Morpha before Morpha sinks down and starts their animation.
Yep.
And so yeah, it's about the fastest way that we can kill Morpha in Randomizer. And the only reason it works is because the Randomizer starts us at the door versus starting us on one of the platforms. Thank you, Rando.
It looks like Fire Temple's been more of a bust.
Yeah.
Foster. Yes, that has to be 100% true. How they meet and greet is, hey!
I don't know. I ship it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, he's gonna be pretty miffed about that tunic location.
God, right? That's even if Mr. Mario goes into deep fire at all. He might bail after getting that boss key.
Oop, that was clever. Yeah, they're brothers. Bonnaroo and Pierre, just like how Alex and I are brothers.
Oh yeah, the Herald Bros. So what do we have here? Small chest. Yep. And at this point, I don't even think you dive down. I mean, it's got to be a small key down there.
Yep.
Oh my god, almost recoiled himself off of the platform. Yep, there's the small key. Just from key counting, I was like, it has to be a key at this point.
Yep.
But I haven't been counting if that's key number 7 or key number 8, so I have no idea if Volvaggio is
number 7.
That's
because
7?
number 6 was Pierre. I think. Wait, what was on Koopa's chest? I should have paid attention. So someone who's more astute in chat can tell us.
Compass was the key.
So in other words, it wasn't hovers locked.
Volvaggio's an item. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, chat, for key counting, because I was not. So Engel will certainly not have enough time for beating Volvagia in one phase, but they have a fairy, so that'll be fine.
Yep.
And for anyone who might be new here, you're going to see Volvagia beaten in a way that you have never seen before. Or maybe you have. Maybe you've been watching speedrunning. I don't know. But the short answer is in this cutscene, Volvagia leaves a hitbox open, which allows you to, hit Volvagia with bombs. So that's what Engel's going to do. And that particular spot is going to just stay open as long as Volvagia doesn't restart their flying animation. Oh god, please. Please don't, Engel. Please don't die before your timer runs out.
Press F Airy in chat.
And so you'll see here, backs on up, gets the jump slash, and that's it. Volvagia's, that's what we call the one cycle, where Volvagia never actually goes up and flies around, never drops boulders, able to manipulate the damage such that Volvagia keeps popping out of the holes rather than going up in the flying animation. Allowing you to beat this fight in 30 seconds versus the normal 2.5, 3 minutes. It's great.
Just as long as you don't get troll hold.
Ugh. Troll holes are the worst. Troll hole being when Volvagia pops out of the hole that you're, actively trying to bomb, and you're like, come on, Volvagia, work with me here. So, depending on if Mr. Mario climbs... If Mr. Mario doesn't climb fire, I think Mr. Mario's ahead. If Mr. Mario climbs, it's still open. So we'll see what happens here.
Looks like he's gonna climb.
At least do this other check here.
Oh yes, and Engel's going to the well this time.
Honestly, not a bad play. Well is so fast in chess-size matches content. Like, so ridiculously fast in chess-size matches contents. Yeah, so if Mario bails left, that's Volvagia. Bails right, that's a climb. There's the bail left. Yep, that's Volvagia.
It's time to snuff out the lava pool noodle.
It depends on whether you're on WeVC or on emulator. Especially if you're on WeVC, walking from that chest is much faster than just save quitting. If you're on emulator, it's pretty equal. Walking versus just save quitting.
Damn, that was very quick.
Whew. I need to learn that one. That was clean.
Very clean. No, he's just picking up Nocturne. He's gonna do a shadow dip, it looks like.
Not opposed to it. It does seem like a lot of age changing for 2 checks. Because without hover boots, you can only do the first 2 checks in Shadow Temple. So, it is a lot of investment for very little number of checks. I think if I was going child at that point, I probably would have done well at the same time to try to make my child route a little bit more worthwhile in that sense. But, Engel
Wait, was that Gerudo's Valley Foolish?
That was Valley, yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh, strength 2. One strength is on, is Spirit Temple, Silver's chest, and the other one is on the iceberg of, Zora's Fountain. the crackling sounds from Mr. Mario's stream.
Yeah, I agree with you. Chat had pointed out, I think it was Neil saying that, you know, skipping Well at that point means that Well is going to be a pretty late play. And Engel really doesn't have that much left in Child. I mean, what child checks do they have left? Chickens and Well, I think is it.
Yep.
And so, yeah, to go, you know, they don't even need to go back anymore for Nocturne. So yeah, the odds of them going back to Child is on the lower side. Not impossible, but definitely would require another age change, which just wastes, you know, a minute and change every time you go back child to adult to child.
So it's just to see the rest of Spirit.
Yeah, and I think this makes total sense from Mr. Mario. I think this is a fabulous play. It's kind of a next best play, especially, you know, with Spirit being on the path to Twin Rova. Could be that strength. Could just be a, you know, mirror shield in here.
It's still too early to decide, but it looks like Mr. Mario is at least gonna gain a lead now.
Yeah, I think it at this point I agree with you. Mr. Mario has taken the lead because they both have the same items, except for Mr. Mario has Strength 2 that Engel doesn't, and they both have the same dungeon rewards.
Yep.
And so, the only difference really is that Nocturne that Engel has, which Mr. Martin's already set up for.
There's the big key.
And having already done Child Side, he's, you know, got all the small keys that he needs.
Yep.
And you might see a fun little trick here from Mr. Mario, where he lets go of the that little mirror statue there. If you, yep, just like that. There's one of two ways you can do it. You can either hold up for 1 frame, or you can hold the A button for 1 frame. In either way, it allows you to start the pushing animation, and then let go of it afterwards, so that way you can move around freely. It saves you a little bit of time, and it looks cool.
P4 indeed.
Yeah, and this will be nice because once Mr. Mario goes as deep as they can in Spirit here, they can just drop 4 Auroras.
There's Big Stabby.
Hey, hello, Big Goron Sword. Yeah, you know, and Engel is just treading water that Mr. Mario has already done. And I think I think Engel made a good gamble. It's just a shame that gamble didn't pay out by doing all of Fire Temple.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that would be one of those gambles that if there was an item in Deep Fire, that is something that could easily win Engel the game.
Mm-hmm. Engel's reversing the GTG.
Yeah. I think, not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. High density, following possible opponas. So, here for it. And also having, Furor's Wind makes it even better of an investment in case they want to set it and come back later on.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Song of Time is on Burning Cack.
Love that. Good use of 4's win there from Mr. Mario. Speeding up his movement time there. And love that long shot there. Woo. On Mr. Mario's side.
Yep. It does look rather funny that it's like 3 hearts and double magic.
Yeah, you know, I'm a fan of 5 hearts. You know, different people have different thresholds of how many hearts or how many small chests they're willing to pick up. For me, my threshold is 5 hearts. I like to have 5 hearts before I stop picking up small chests. It's just nice to have a little bit of security there, knowing that you can at least take 1 hit from an iron knuckle before totally getting burned. And also that way you can, you know, comfortably do all of Fire Temple without having to worry about your timer. So that's where my line is. Everyone has different lines. Obviously, Mr. Mario has 3 hearts and he's good. Lee, I don't know if you've done any of the other settings that have been going around right now, the league settings.
Well, I've done RSL.
Okay. Yeah, I I did a league race recently and got 16 hearts and about cried. So I was like, I only need 5. Why do I have 16 and no hover boots? Game, stop giving me hearts. Give me hover boots.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, God, I was just like, I'm over this. I'm over this. I want my items. I don't want more hearts. Because without chest size matches contents, you know, you're picking up every chest.
Speaking of which, there's another bottle.
Ooh.
Rush ice again.
just the seed is telling Engel, like, go to ice.
Now he's too busy trying to make nuggets out of these dinos.
Hey, love dino nuggets. I will say one of the nice little quirky things about logic is if you ever find a Big Po bottle, so it's a bottle with an actual Big Po in there, that can replace the requirement for having Epona's bow and bottle, because the only way that you can empty that bottle is by turning in Big Po's. So, for example, that market path, if there was just a Big Po bottle chilling somewhere, that could be the path item to then get you into that market Big Po's item. So, just a fun little logic thing.
And yeah, we're getting a well play from Mr. Mario. Yeah, chickens could possibly have the mirror at this rate.
Actually, oh, come on, baby, do it. Do it. I think this is chickens. No, he's turning 20. God damn it.
There they are!
No. Mr. Mario's like, hell no, I am out of here.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's why you rush skulls! Oh my god! When is Engel gonna pick those up?
How many skulls is Engel at?
Oh. That's a good question. He doesn't have them marked on his tracker. Yeah, he's had 20 for over an hour, so he could have grabbed them whenever.
Engel is at 15 or 16. Okay. Yeah, that Engel... so I will say, Engel needs to go to Ice Cavern. We know Engel needs to go to Ice Cavern. So the nice thing is that Engel will probably pick up 20 in and around Ice Cavern. So it's not as scary as it might sound being at like 15 or 16. Because he's going to be picking up some... He should be picking up some skulls along the way doing Ice Cavern.
Yep.
That said, Mr. Mario is just extending his lead here.
Oh my goodness, this is really good music for this dungeon. It's the Pokemon Gym theme. Bet the game ate it.
Yeah, so what are we doing a bet on? Are we doing a bet on Mirror Shield? We are doing a bet on Mirror Shield. So exclamation mark bet. Get your thoughts in. Where is that Mirror Shield?
It could be anywhere except for anything that's locked by Song of Time. And I think Toilet was hinted earlier. And it can't be on River Chest either.
Yeah, those are kind of your two off-limit locations, or Toilet and River Chest. But beyond that, you know, bottom of the well's an option. Anywhere here in Shadow Temple's an option.
Even Light Arrow Cutscene.
Light Arrow Cutscene's a great option. Yep. Horseback Archery or Fortress Checks. Chickens. Trying to think of where else. Yeah, because we've done all of fire, we've done all of water. Well, it could be on Dark Link. There's always a chance it could be on Dark Link.
Being like half of Spirit ahead and now gonna be a full Shadow ahead. That's gonna be really hard for Engel to catch up. And if the Mirror Shield happens to be in Shadow, well, I think we already decided who would win that.
Yeah, no, I mean that would be.
But it does look like there's a big chest back here. It could be the Mirror Shield.
Hello, big chest.
So it could be another bottle. And it's another wallet!
Oh, come on, Joe. Engel is working his ass off out here. He's getting that minimum wage, and he is trying his hardest. And God, he just keeps pulling the short stick.
Now I want McDonald's. I think those people need to be paid more. But that's just me. I mean, they put up with a lot of different people.
Yeah, yo, Engel's out here. He's working his ass off. He's taking care of people.
Oh, wait. This is ice.
Yeah, this is an ice play, for sure.
Gotta respect the hustle. I'm talking about fast food in Ocarina of Time.
And he should hopefully, knock on wood, be picking up skulls along the way. So he shouldn't really be that far off of 20. He might have no idea where he's going. I lied.
Oh, I thought it was an ice play too.
It might still be. He might just be adding this check along his ice routing, which wouldn't be bad.
True.
I still think it's an ice play. At first, I was like, I have no idea where he's going, but
there's the oh my goodness! Someone at Kari for this, as a Kari Okami.
My one expletive during PG-13 commentary: get fucked, anyone who bet chickens.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine 2 hours and 15 minutes in the scene, we're still getting new hints.
Ooh, and there's the big key. Ooh, another big chest. Oh!
It's another bottle! At this point, I'm just here for the adventure. I mean, we're 2 hours in. We're looking for a mirror shield. Any big chest could be it, or it could just be, a 4th slingshot. Like, it's fine.
There's still the pot. There's still this here. Though one of them has to be a key. No exceptions.
Yeah, and probably so for most runners, you will usually see them use Furor's Wind in this room here. So that way they don't have to do things, they don't have to kill the keys in the next room in order to gain access back into this room. That said, with where his Furor's Wind is set right now in Spirit Temple, that is way more valuable than the time that he would gain by setting it there. And so, yep, he's just gonna keep rolling. Kill the keys.
Ooh, that just tapped the rim.
And you feel bad for Engel in this point. He bails on GGG. He sets Furor's, but he bails on GGG. And it just so happened to be, the wrong order. Because if he had gone, here first, he would have had Strength 2. But now has Strength 2 after having finished GGG.
Oh, Engel's gonna bail here.
In any other circumstance, full agreement with this. The one thing that this means is that he's not getting those skulls.
Yep.
Which we know is exactly what he needs in order to finish the seep. He doesn't know that, and Spirit just doesn't have the most accessible skulls from an adult's perspective, like from the adult side of things.
One of which is Locked by Song of Time.
Mm-hmm. Which we know he ain't getting that one. My babies! That is the first time we've seen Jews. Oh. Glory. Yo, I am a huge proponent of bomb Jews. Yeah! And Mr. Mario now has 4 hearts. Oh. He worked so hard to stay on 3 hearts. The seed didn't let him. He said, nah, fam, you're getting 4.
It looks like we're going to the back to see the manager, maybe.
So 0 keys. For anyone who's not in the know, the manager is the invisible dead hand in the back. Not dead hand.
Floor master.
Floor master? Yeah, there it is. Which, can we talk about that? Because it's literally a dead hand. That's like all it is.
Disembodied hand that can move.
It's like okay, so hear me out. In Jabu, right? So we're in Jabu. So you got the things that are spherical, they're transparent, or they're translucent, and they, bob around. What would you expect to name those things?
Well, there's one of the patrons on the boat gone.
Yeah.
Where's the other one? There he is. Never mind.
They're gone.
I guess they wanted to go for a dip, but they realized that they're not in a river.
Yeah, those skellies, they're just gone.
Well, I mean, a mirror shield lasts longer than love, Mirror shields are eternal because they don't have end at the end.
So it'll be we've got really 3 items left here. 2 items now to find Mirror Shield, and then beyond that, it's kind of where do you gamble next? Because, I mean, the most obvious 2 locations after Shadow would probably be either going GGG or going bottom of the well. In Mr. Mario's case.
And there he
Mirror's
goes.
not here.
That's another small chest. Well. If Mirror Shield is on HBA, then that's definitely Mr. Mario's game to lose. But he is a full Shadow Temple ahead, so that's about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and especially with Engel having bailed out of Ice Cavern, means that if he wants to go back, it's another hike, most likely from Bolero being your fastest access. And that's another 2 to 3 minutes that you're losing just trying to make it back to Ice Cavern. That's just gone because you chose to bail. Not a bad play at all. It's just a risky one.
A very risky one.
Basically, what you're saying at that point is, if something is an Ice Cavern, I have lost. So I am just gonna, we're just gonna pretend like that location doesn't exist and hope it doesn't bite me in the ass.
Ouch.
HBA is what we call horseback archery. So in the outside of the Gerudo training grounds, in the Gerudo fortress, all the way in the back, there is a Gerudo who tests your ability to shoot targets with a prize on 1,000 points and 1,500 points. And so that check requires Epona to be able to accomplish. And no Mirror Shield.
Just some couch cash.
And not a bad play from Engel here, going back in. Engel does know that they've basically exhausted all of their large chests in GGG. But they still have these 4 strength 2 checks coming up here.
And there are the fire arrows.
Oh!
I suppose that's close enough.
Yeah, and this is very much a
fire arrow cutscene, yes.
God, I love that. And this is very much a go well. Not a bad play at all.
Yep.
And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, I don't know where Engel goes after this, to be honest.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, this was like a bottom of the well.
Fire arrows are hard locked behind Dins, as well as hammer.
Yeah, and I think it's unfortunate in this case that 2 of Engel's gambles, that being GGG and Deep Fire Temple, just did not pay out. Because that's just a lot of time that he didn't actually, well, apart from 2 nicks, don't get me wrong here, but didn't actually gain anything.
I actually really like that Space Dust Alley music in Kakariko. But we'll get a well check today. Oh, that was a small chest. Oh, that's big, though.
Here we are. Is it? There it is.
That's
That's
go mode. Mr. Mario is won this one. He's won this game.
Yep.
And is Engel gonna pick up those hover boots on 20? He still needs to get that.
Yeah, I don't know if Engel has picked up the Kokiri Forest skulls yet. If he... I don't think he has, because he just did Dumpe digging. So I would be surprised.
But Mr. Mario is definitely going to win this at this rate.
Yeah. No, this is...
Engel's just going to full clear the well.
Yep. I think Mario just had, good combination of solid route, execution, and unfortunate of Engel to, have gambled very appropriate locations, Deep Fire, GGG, and to just have them not be the right options just cost him too much time. Yeah, and chat pointing out, we're going to definitely see a... Mr. Mario should be finishing before the 3-hour mark. In fact, probably should be able to finish before the 2.5-hour mark, or 2:45 mark. And I think it honestly just speaks to the power of Chess Size Matches contents, because, you're watching Engel and Well here, and he's skipping so many checks because he can just look and say, small chest, moving on, boom, gone. And you actually save a lot of time in movement because you can just do a lot of peeks. Even that chest right there was able to see that it wasn't a large chest, given the fact that the corner wasn't actually sticking out of the ground there. Could just skip it.
And down goes Naboru. But Mr. Mario just making absolute short work of this ADC. Never even went into GTG.
Yep, never touched GTG. Didn't do deepest. Or really much of fire at all.
Indeed.
And then just, barely graced bottom of the well.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, definitely gained a lot of advantage. And ironically, Mr. Mario staying in logic is actually really helpful for him to see, because Engel got that hammer without having to get Eponas. Whereas Mr. Mario went and chased Ice Cavern looking for Eponas. And so it actually kind of pushed him towards that strength as kind of like a secondary gain to him chasing after the song.
Yeah.
And congratulations to Afterlife. The winning bet was that one check where they find it, lol. So proud of you, Afterlife.
But his next opponent should be Yo-Yo Kanari, who is ranked 49.
Really? So got rank 50, followed immediately by rank 49. Love that.
Yep.
So you're going to see a fun little strat here from Mr. Mario. You'll see he loads up his hookshot and fires it on Twinrova. And it means that Twinrova doesn't stay as long in one place after the spell hits your shield. And it just moves Twinrova, it's about a half a second faster per step. But moves her just a little bit faster from location to location.
Indeed.
So, nice little time save there. It's small, but when you're talking about, trying to shave off time, half a second here, half a second there, God, it adds up so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of that, you usually are looking for top runners to finish from when they hit Temple of Time until they've finished Ganon. Usually is about 6 minutes. 6 to 6.5 minutes is what you're looking for. So, and basically from this moment until they finish, it'd be about 6 minutes for top runners.
Yeah. So, Engel's run in the losers bracket is going to be terminated. All because following that logic really helped.
Man,
although Fire Temple was not hovers locked, even though the hover boots were on 20 skulls.
Yeah, and you know, when you're in races like these, and especially when you are walking in as the lower seed, it is reasonable to make gambles that you think that your opponent might not make in order to gain an edge against a player that you might not naturally have the edge against. And so, you know, looking at some of what Engel did totally makes sense from that lens. You know, he didn't chase 20, which just takes time in collecting skulls. Pushed locations that might not have been ones that Mr. Mario would have pushed. Most specifically, deep fire, early water. So, you know, a lot of his routing choices seem to be I'm going to try to find advantages where I can. It just stinks that in this case, everything that he gambled against or for was just the wrong gamble. But yeah, no, I think, you know, everyone in chat is pointing out, he gave it a damn good run in losers bracket, against lots of very tough opponents.
Yeah, he was eliminated from winners bracket in first round, and just managed to slay in the losers bracket up until this point.
Yeah.
But Mr. Mario is a top runner for a reason.
Currently number 3 seed, walking in. Powerful in both, you know, standard Ocarina of Time randomizer as well as random settings league. And just, I mean, you can just see from an execution perspective is just a titan. And he's also Vidia's friend, and so, you know, there's that too.
Yep.
Most importantly.
Well, friendships are important. I mean, that's how you evolve certain Pokemon. This is very calm music for fighting Ganondorf.
Oh yeah, no, and pointing out, you know, also very, very top co-op runner with the person who, you know, I have been calling Mr. Martin this entire time because my brain just, you know, short circuits every now and again.
Ooh, and that was with the Master Sword, the one cycle.
You know, sure, why not? Just flex and do a 10-hit one cycle. Why not?
Indeed, friendship is magic. You don't even need, like, 8 equines to prove that. So at least they were well drawn this time.
Ooh, Twinrova, she ain't behaving herself on Engel's side.
Themselves. Because, you know, there's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them for now.
But they shall merge to become one. If only twins had the power to do that.
I know. You and your twin would be set. I mean,
we'd basically be like Gogeta.
So So are we going to be seeing Team Heralds for co-op season 3 here?
Yes.
Yes, let's go. I'm here for it.
Also, the best final boss music. Because it's just another day at the carnival. So Alex and I did join for season 2 and managed to get into like the top 32.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Oh, get your GGs in chat because Mr. Mario's going to be cutting up some bacon.
Yeah, very clean castle climb, very clean Ganon fight there. 5.5 minutes. That's it. 236, all dungeons. GG's, Mr. Mario. Right as Engel is finishing up the Twin Rover fight.
Indeed.
And I think we've actually, I see Mr. Mario here.
Yeah.
And I also see Engel here. GG's to the both of you.
Yo, GG's.
So,
That was
GG.
That's quite a
thoughts?
fun race.
Yeah. It's a great race to watch. Any thoughts on the seed?
It was a seed.
Yeah,
All dungeons. I think this is my third Ocarina of Time Nocturne seed of the tourney. At least third. Something crazy like that. It might be third in a row, actually. But it's just... Star, what the hell? Why do you keep rolling these seeds?
we knew it would happen going in.
Oh, God. It isn't a classic star seed.
I know.
Yeah, no, I we've definitely seen a lot of all dungeons for Nocturne. Definitely seen a lot of skull seeds this tournament. Ironically, this was both a skull seed and not a skull seed. Light arrows being behind 30 skulls, hovers being behind 20 skulls. So like skulls still found their way in the seed, even if not that classic 40 or 50 skull seed.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what led me to collect so many skulls early on. I just kind of did it. And then it worked out really nicely when I got my 10th in DC for 10 in CAC. And then I got 20 eventually and never turned it in until finally going back child.
Yeah, we had actually made a note of that on how quickly you would collect them. You actually had 20 skulls at the hour and 4 mark. And then of course, somewhere around the 2 hour mark.
An hour later. Yeah.
When you're literally, hovers from go, you're like, or mirror from go, you're, no, hovers from go. And you're like, yeah, I guess I'll turn in 20 now.
Hovers and mirror, basically.
Yeah, oh, yeah. With mirror and well.
Yeah, I don't like turning in the skulls, like, as the only thing I'm there for, So, I mean, it just makes sense to me to do all of my progression first, do all of the path ins first, and then when I'm going to I'm in the area, might as well.
Yeah, I think with you had 30, 40, 50 dead from the get-go. So I was just kind of casually collecting skulls, got to 10, pretty easy, but then there was just so many places open to me that I was just not pushing skulls at all because I'm it's one check and I have to go all the way to Kakariko just for this. It feels bad, right? But
Exactly.
sometimes that's the thing you need to do.
Sometimes rando be rando. And we were talking about that, Engel, about some of the gambles that you had made. GGG, gambling, deepest fire. I mean, in not at all bad gambles, and definitely are gambles that can win you races.
So
but of course, rando be rando.
Yeah, I mean, GTG, I don't think is even a gamble, really, because, at a certain point, it's okay, I have that, and the well is my biggest density plays.
Yeah.
And I chose the GTG one, which is, it didn't work this time, but, it's hard to gamble against GTG too often, you know.
Oh God, absolutely. And I guess on our side, you know, we call it a gamble because we knew where strength 2 was. I guess in your shoes, you know, you're looking for strength 2, you're looking for hovers, you're looking for mirror shield.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it totally makes sense as a play.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Mr. Mario and I were talking about it. Like, I got the hammer really early, I think, and kind of figured out the path to Shadow there with the hammer getting me Dins. So I'm like, okay, the letter just locks Epona. So maybe I don't need to go up that way. Whereas he, you know, goes and, you know, sorts that one out first.
Yeah. There's a strange, like, part of me that wanted to say, hey, don't go Ice Cavern. It's just Epona's. Just do the check beforehand.
That's what I said.
Place your FW in Ice. You got your strength 2. And I'm like, well, you see, it could be Serenade, and that could save me a lot of hiking. So I just decided to do it because I was there, and then just have FW available to use somewhere else.
Yeah, and that was one of the you know, the restreamer advantages is Engel actually had water done. You had it done surprisingly early.
Yeah, I thought it felt like I thought it felt like a good route at the beginning of like Forest, and then walk the south field. I get some more hints. I get that cleared up into water because like it felt like there was a good chance I could beat water and then get the extra song going back child.
Yeah.
And like it worked out, but like then I get hammer there and like Serenade, and it, like, you know, pushes me away from doing ice.
Yep. And it honestly was a, you know, kind of looking back, a very smart move. And then of course seeing Serenade, we all chuckled that. Yeah. Of course you just have to hike. Of course you just have to hike. Because why not, Seed?
Yeah, wonderful Seed.
Never
did Child Lake. That was interesting.
I skipped it too. I was like, I do have the scale, but it's slow.
That was where I was gonna go after Well if Mirror Shield wasn't there. Just do the rest of Child, and if nothing there, save scum the entirety of Child.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, you know, with your save fort being at the top of Zora's River, you know, there was no real need. I mean, because going Zora's Domain, you just save quit versus playing Serenade.
Right.
Or, you know, when you don't have Serenade, you just save quit because it's just still the fastest way. So, you know, everything was kind of... And then, of course, you know, late in the seed, we found the Gerudo Valley Baron hint.
Yeah.
Engel, what was your thoughts on finding that chicken's hint at 2.5 hours?
It was a chicken's hint?
There actually was a chicken's hint. I mean, I was never checking that anyway, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks, game.
Yeah, so Death Mountain Trail, Song of Storms Grotto had chicken's dead.
I grabbed it when I was finally going to ice, so I was like, oh, I'll get the storms while I'm doing this.
No way. Yeah, that check was super isolated for me.
Yeah, cause that's why I did it when I went to ice, because like I'm never coming back. So
right.
Yeah, which was a really smart time to do it, and we just were laughing our asses off because, of course, all of us are, you know, as restreamers do, you know, we meme about chickens as a play.
Yep.
So we're all like, chickens, could it be chickens? And then sure enough, pops up the sometimes hint about chickens.
That's hilarious.
I mean, if there's a couple things my friends know I'm going to lose to in seeds. One is chickens, as long as it's like not hinted directly or something, or CAC's not hinted. And 2 is like 20 skulls when the rest of them are dead, and I have all the other world open to me. So,
help me.
Yeah. Lee, any questions you've got or any thoughts that you've got for the runners?
Not necessarily. I think a lot of it has been answered, though. There's someone in chat and asking about child spawn.
Oh, that was fun.
You drop down. Oh, a bomb bag.
Right?
I was like, wait, did I see that right?
Free Sphere Zero bomb bag right there in River.
Oh, can we talk about the thing I was most annoyed with at the beginning of the seed?
You
I
failed
get the-
Coco into domain.
We
I get
saw
the bean.
that.
I get the bean and I plant it in crater and go adult.
Oh, in the same
And then I
spawn as
save
in
quit and I'm
Ganon
like, oh, you
Crater.
gotta be kidding me.
We saw that. Oh my god, I was laughing my ass off because of course, you're doing the right thing, right? You're thinking ahead and you're
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I plant the bean, it gets me the song, and then I get out and I go to DC because I have the bomb bag. This is
and
great.
I'm gonna
I
route
wasn't
this
even
so
thinking
well and the seed's like, nah fam, we're just gonna dump you right in DMC.
That's-
Fuck your bean.
So funny.
And then we saw, Mr. Mario also going for the chicken jump into the waterfall, and I'm sure you've done that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and it's always worked and no problems. Except for, when you're in the middle of a season 5 race when you need it to work, and then of course the chicken doesn't obey anymore. And
Well, I can tell you exactly why it didn't work is because I did something different than usual.
no,
I just tried targeting and shield dropping the chicken, and I just target the wall next to the hole and fall down.
yeah, yep.
It's just, why don't I just stick with what I usually do? It'll work. I
Mhm.
don't know.
It was like bad luck there meets bad luck. Of course, the one time you don't want Boss Key to be in Central Pillar Water
Oh yeah,
is the one time that Boss Key is in Central Pillar Water.
I actually kind of wanted it to be in Dark Link and Morpha to have an item so that there wasn't a chance that the last item in water was anything.
Yeah, that was a little scary having one item left. But
Yeah.
Yeah, and surprisingly, we had a lot of vanilla items. Bomb bag in Bomb Trip Bowling.
Oh,
We had a slingshot on target in the woods. We had strength. Yep, slingshot target in the woods. We had a strength in Right Hand of Spirit.
That's crazy. There's so many vanilla.
There were just a lot of vanilla items this seed, which is just just hilarious.
yeah, except the one I needed, the hovers.
Sorry that hovers weren't vanilla in Shadow Temple, though I love the effort.
If only.
Well, Engel, you did such an amazing job in Losers Bracket. You beat out some incredibly talented runners and absolutely should feel proud of, what you accomplished in this run of Season 5.
Yeah,
Most certainly.
yeah, for sure. I thought I dug myself a bit of a hole in quals and stuff with some bad play, bad luck, whatever it be. Thought I could maybe have been ranked a little higher, but dug myself out of the hole, winning 4 straight or something. So
Yeah, against very
everyone I've played has been amazing. So I think I've proven that I can compete with pretty much anyone. And, that's all I can ask for. Honestly, getting kind of burnt out on these settings. So thank you, Mr. Mario. You freed me.
Well, and Mr. Mario, you've got your, I believe your next match is against Yo-Yo Canary, if
Yep.
we talked about correctly. So good
Yeah,
luck
might
with your
work
next
that out
match
for
coming
me.
up. Yep. And with that said, Lee, any final words from you?
No, it's not that I can think of at all. But it was all a great race. GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks, everyone. Both of you for commentating. Everyone behind the scenes, viewers. Good luck, Mr. Mario. You need to win it all now, right?
Yeah, I got it, right? Thanks. GG's again.
Well then, let's wrap this up. Coming up on the ZSR front, looks like our next OOTR tournament match is going to be going on Friday, March 11th, starting at around 5:50 p.m.-ish Eastern Time, and that's going to be Just Sam versus Rockjock. And then after that, we have a match on Saturday, the 12th, at around 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Floosh versus Icola. So both pretty big matches coming up. Other than that, thank you for joining us and tuning in. We are probably gonna go raid up Zopar. He's doing some fun stuff over there, and send him some hearts and all that. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.